It is a daily phenomenon at the National Gallery in London when visitors lean towards, look intently at, and stay for a while mesmerizingly transfixed next to Arnolf Finis' wedding portrait created by the greatest Flemish painter of the 15th century, Jan van Eyck. The spectators find themselves in admiration, wonder, and astonishment, and above all in disbelief that any artist could have put so much into a small painting. Leonardo da Vinci insisted that when one paints the figure, one must also be attentive to the soul, because the good painter must paint principally two things, which are man and the ideas in man's mind. When you first look at the Arnolf Finis portrait, what strikes you about it? And how could you describe this couple in the painting in one sentence? When responding to such questions, it is imperative to not just look at a picture and see a picture, but to see what's happening. The key to understanding what is truly happening is semiotics, because the semiotic analysis explains how science produces meanings by showing the correlation between the reality of the canvas and the ideas behind it. There are three steps or layers in the semiotic deciphering of the painting: iconic, indexical, and symbolic. On the iconic level, we recognize two figures standing in a comfortably furnished room, typical of the early 15th century in Flanders, which is roughly the present-day Belgium. A man and a woman appear to be reserved and self-conscious. His facial expression is rather thoughtful, and his gesture is formal. A modest-looking woman with her hair fashioned into horns seems to be pregnant, as she pulls up her robe and sways forward at the hips. We also see a dog at their feet, cloaks removed to the side on the floor, and fruit on the windowsill, all imagery suggesting the ordinary, the comfortable, and the domestic. This is the first iconic level of interpretation that seems relatively straightforward when the sign resembles what it stands for. The next indexical step is when the sign is related to what it stands for by association, and it requires a greater degree of specialized knowledge with labels, identifications, and available written documents. Based on the inventories of Margaret of Austria, who owned the Arnolf Finis portrait in the 16th century, we can actually read about this mysterious couple and identify them as Giovanni Arnolfini, who was an agent in Bruges of a prosperous Lucchese family, and his wife Giovanna Cenami, who was of French and Italian descent and of similar fortune and dignity. In his early Netherlandish painting, the German art historian Erwin Panofsky argues that this particular couple chose to be made in the privacy of their home without a priest. The painting, therefore, is the certificate of marriage. Panofsky's knowledge of the practices of the Roman Catholic Church allows him to move to the next level of interpretation, that is symbolic. At this stage, the link with the referent is purely conventional, and it involves determining the intrinsic meaning and the character of the artwork, as well as the character of an artist, society, and age. The most immediate signal that something out of the ordinary is happening here is the arrangement of the two figures. Panofsky interprets the joined hands as a sign of faithful partners and the raised forearm as constant helpers. Both actions associated with the joining in marriage and the taking of an oath. The single candle burning in the exquisite chandelier symbolizes the all-seeing eye of God. The absence of a priest is consistent with Catholic practices before the Council of Trent, when a qualified witness was enough to formalize the union of two people. And the Arnolfini portrait, this witness is the artist himself, who is presented to us dexterously by the mirror reflection in the background, and affirming his presence by the signature in legal script. Jan van Eyck was here, dated 1434. When it comes to interpreting common imagery, Panofsky offers for consideration the use of iconography, thus revealing hidden symbolism and sacramental significance associated with marriage. For instance, the dog signifies fidelity, the bed a nuptial chamber. The small figure on the headboard is Saint Margaret, who is the patron saint of childbirth. The mirror refers to a spotless mirror as a symbol of Virgin Mary's purity. The fruit on the windowsill suggests innocence before the fall, and the removed clocks imply the sanctity of the setting. Thus, the picture is transformed by Panofsky's attitude of finding the divine in the most ordinary of subjects. Although recent scholarship has challenged Panofsky's concept of hidden symbolism, his approach still commands great respect and general acceptance among art historians. His interpretation of the Arnolfini portrait has indeed created much controversy, yet provided a captivating insight into the artistic consciousness of 15th century Flanders. In a larger sense, Panofsky's method of interpretation reiterates that painting is a noble pursuit, and that art is not simply a craft, and above all, that the artist is not a humble worker, but the conscious creator whose intent is to make the invisible world visible and to elevate our minds from the earthly plane to the higher realm of ideas.